high-resolution 2D maps, detailed surface models, plant health with exact data what you need for farming. The first step is always to get the necessary photos to plan your flight path. For the flight planning, in the past we had to use specialized and often expensive software like DroneDeploy or Dronelink. But now Litchi has stepped up. They've integrated area mapping to automate your flight path and capture all necessary photos. Easy flight planning with an app many of us already know by heart. Today I'll show you how to create a perfect flight path for area mapping, but also a critical setting that looks fine on the screen but can completely mess up your mission the moment you import it into your controller. But now let's get started. To create our waypoint mission for a field mapping, first we have to start the new Litchi version, hub.flylitchi.com. Then we open our flights and create a new one, new flight. And then, most important, pick area mapping. Now give it a name. Let's call this simply our field. And very important, pick the drone model, because this is how Litchi will calculate a flight path depending on the model you're using. So let's pick the R3S, create. Now the tutorial tells us what to do. So first we have to pick the takeoff point, this over here. And the first edge of our mapping should be here. Then the next one over here, down here, and to close it over here. And the final one is here, flying back. And then you see it's getting red, so this is the area we will map. After that is done, we have our flight path, which will be created to get all the necessary photos. So if you go to the settings, you see you can also change the lens you're using. Maybe you have the idea to using the zoom lens, and then obviously it's a narrow path or the narrow view you get while making photos, so you have to have a longer flight path, which is indicated here. There are also some other interesting settings what you can do. First of all, there is the altitude in which you're flying, so you can decrease the altitude and you can see it will change the path. And then we have something which is, I think it's new, the altitude mode. The measurement of the drone, does it measure the height from takeoff point or above ground? And what that means, let's discover this in a very simple waypoint mission with less waypoints, so it's obvious to see what's happening over here. For testing purpose, I'm now taking this field on a slope. So let's create a new simple waypoint mission. Again with a plus sign, new flight, waypoint, new flight, it's okay. And start with, let's say, from here to here, to here, to here, and back again. And what you can see, the height is always 30 meters, but this is a slope. So if you take above takeoff, this won't work. So to change this, simply go to the settings. And now if you go to the altitude mode, change it to above ground. And then you will change it to the actual height depending on the slope you have. So you start in 30 meters. At this point you have a height of 67 meters, 62, 28, and so on. So here Litchi will take into account if it is a hill and to keep always the same height above the ground, the picked one, the 30 meters. So this is the way the altitude mode works. But now back to our area mapping. Now back in our area mapping mission, let's inspect the other parameters we have. First thing, obviously, we got a warning over here. The camera speed or the speed of the drone may be not suitable for taking all the photos. So what you have to do, you have to decrease the speed. And you can see 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now with 2 meters per second, this will work because we're using the zoom lens, which obviously will need more photos. Another interesting part is the advanced part. So in the advanced part, you have typical parameters like front overlap, side overlap, what you would typically use for area mapping missions. And you have the angle mode, and then you have the photo capture mode. So how do you want to capture the photos you need? There are three options: automatic, interval, and waypoint. Interval is something you know. You just start your mission and then do the automatically taking of photos like every 2 seconds. And if you go to interval, it will also suggest you the setting for the photo interval. You can also set the capture mode to auto. In this case, with auto, you will get automatically taking photos at each waypoint you see over here. So you don't have to do something up front. You don't have to start the interval for photos. Having done this, we are ready now to export our mission. In my case, I'm using the RC2 controller. So go to the export and then you see all my missions I have over here. Just keep in mind, if you're exporting to the RC2, you have to create an empty waypoint mission before, because this export can only overwrite. So we take the first one I already created as a placeholder, select it, overwrite, and the export is done. I'm pretty sure some of you already spotted the path mode. You can set it to straight or to smooth. Word of caution, don't use straight at the moment. Why? To make this more visible, let's change it a bit, because we have too many waypoints to make it visible on the controller. Let's take an altitude of, let's say, of 100 meters. Change back to the wide lens. Okay, this is not enough, so take this point and put it over here. This point over here. This over here. Let's make it a little bit larger. So a bigger area to cover. And over here. Okay, this should be enough. And so we set this now to straight. And let's export this into the RC2 controller and have a look if this works. Area mapping with straight line. So just hit the export button, take our field and override it. Now let's have a look into the controller. Now back in the controller, let's open our waypoint mission for the area mapping we just imported. So go to the waypoint icon, go to the list of waypoints and pick our mission. And as you can see already, so the controller made spaghetti out of our mission. So totally unusable. The problem is, I already discovered this when creating straight line missions. All tags of the WPML file, the one which is defining waylines, have to do the stop and discontinuity tag in it. If you want to have more details, please check out my other videos. So just make a long story short, don't use the straight lines at the moment if you're planning an area mapping. So here you have it. You can now do the flight planning for an area mapping with Litchi. There are much more things to explore, so have a look at it. For instance, the resolution you get, and front overlap, side overlap, play with it and see what you get. Next step would be to have to do this actual flight. Unfortunately, my DJI Air 3S is in repair. The gimbal has a problem, the horizon is not level. So I will do a separate video where I show you how the mapping will look like and then come back with a new video. Until then, fly safe, and if you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe. Happy flying!